Well, the cultural norms and the legal norms about spanking children are changing. Oh, very little so far, but the pace is picking up. We're now, in respect to parents hitting kids, about where we were in the United States in the 1870s in respect to husbands hitting wives. Until that point, the common law allowed husbands to use corporal punishment on wives. The phrase was physically chastise an errant wife. And in the 1870s, the courts started saying, no, this is obsolete. We're not going to accept that principle anymore. That doesn't mean husbands stopped it, but they slowed down, and that's continuing. And it gradually changed from being a common law right to being now formally defined as a crime. That's happening in respect to corporal punishment of children. It's still legal in every state in the United States, but the circumstances under which people don't pay attention to it are narrowing, and in some countries, as in Scandinavia and Austria, corporal punishment is now illegal. So there's a similar cultural evolution going on, and I think is going to pick up speed even in the United States over the next generation or two. But in my opinion, the movement away from corporal punishment is part of a long reach of history that's been going on at least since the late Middle Ages, of reducing the level of violence in human society at all levels. And we no longer burn people at the stake. We no longer use lashings in the military. We no longer permit husbands to chastise errant wives. All of these things were legal and morally approved, and at the time people said, if you end this, society is going to go to hell. So there's a long historical movement away from violence, not only legal violence like that, but illegal violence. Murder rates have dropped drastically in the Western world since the late Middle Ages. The current U.S. murder rate, as high as it is a fraction of what it was in medieval Europe, England, and on the continent. I don't think there's going to be any reversal of that short of a new Dark Ages. I mean, sure, if we had some atomic holocaust and society reverted back to some primitive form, yes. But short of that, I think this is just a matter of how fast the pace goes. And as I've said before, there's lots of evidence that more and more people are turning away from corporal punishment in their beliefs and in their actual practice. This is going to go on. If we focus, I don't believe I should focus a lot of my energies on Protestant fundamentalists, for example. When the rest of the society stops hitting their kids, so will the Protestant fundamentalists.